laps, and you had Mikey Ledford come from 16th and came up one lap short of getting the win in that one. Farmer City, anything can happen, and I really and truly, you can't say this about every racetrack in the country, James, but this is a racetrack where someone can rally from the back of the field and work their way up to the front. One more thing I'll add is that, again, Earl Pearson Jr. said there's going to be some attrition, there's going to be some cautions in this race. We saw some modifieds have issues with overheating. Could we see the same thing in this 74-lap late Model A main?
You talked about last year, Herb and Thornton on that last lap pass. They start side by side here tonight in this race. Thornton starts inside row 11, Herb on the outside. So here's your starting lineup for tonight's Farmer City 74, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Four-time series champion, 80 career wins, that's second all-time to Scott Bloomquist. That is Jimmy Owens out of Newport, Tennessee in the Kohler Motorsports number 20. And on the outside, the 11G, the McKay Auto Parts, Napa, that's Gordy Gundaker. He's out of St. Charles, Missouri. Row 2, the Nutrient X Solutions 49, and Jonathan Davenport out of Blairsville, Georgia, the Valvoline number 1 of Hudson O'Neill out of Martinsville, Indiana. The Subway 42, that is McKay Winger. He's out of Fairbury, Illinois, and Dennis Herb Jr. in the 28 out of Carpentersville, Illinois, the reigning World of Outlaws Series champion. Row 4 is Dalton Wilson. He's in the Ratliff Racing 18D out of Fayetteville, North Carolina, and the Wells & Sons Motorsports 76 out of Evans, Georgia, the current series points leader. That is Brandon Overton. Row 5 will be Shannon Babb. He's out of Moweaqua, Illinois, and Frank Heckeness Jr., the 99 junior. He's out of Frankfort, Illinois. Row 6, the Lucas Oil 46, that'll be Earl Pearson Jr. out of Jacksonville, Florida. And the Paler Motorsports 39, the Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas entry. That is two-time and reigning series champion Tim McCready out of Watertown, New York. Row 7, the Tumbly Dice 25 out of Bloomington, Illinois, the Titan Industries sponsored car. That is Jason Fager and Brandon Shepard in the True Timber Camo B5 Valvoline out of New Berlin, Illinois. Row 8 will be the veteran Kevin Weaver, the defending track champion. He's out of Gibson City, Illinois. And on the outside, in the Viper Race Motorsports 96B, that is Tanner English out of Benton, Kentucky. Row 9 to be Max Blair, the top rookie of the O'Reilly Auto Parts Rookie of the Year chase. He's out of Centerville, Pennsylvania. And Brian Shirley in the Bob and Lisa Colladone 3S. He's out of Chatham, Illinois. Row 10, the Nutrient Ag Solutions, Mesilla Valley Transportation 58 of Garrett Alverson, now hailing out of Dubuque, Iowa. Devin Moran, the Big River Steel 99 out of Dresden, Ohio, for Roger Sellers Double Down Motorsports team. Row 11 will be the Big River Steel SSI Motorsports 20 RT, Ricky Thornton Jr. and Tyler Herb outside the best performance number 1. Your provisionals tonight, Spencer Hughes of the PCC Motorsports 11, Tyler Bruning, the Skyline Motorsports 16 out of Decorah, Iowa, and Ross Robinson out of Georgetown, Delaware, and Boone Briggs at 99B. Farmer City, we got to do it again next year, but we got a bit of business here. The Farmer City 74, everybody up on your feet surrounding this great facility here at Farmer City, Illinois. This is the debut of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Track looks good. Thanks to Lance Speaker and all of his great crew. Matt Curl, it's been a great time here at Illinois Speed Week. We're wrapping it up on a Monday night. That track for that modified feature was outstanding. A little bit work on it. Can it be even better? We'll find out here in 74 laps. 10 different winners in the first 15 Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series events. 3 drivers trying to get over that $100,000 mark in winnings in the series alone. The top 3 in the points. Davenport 4th, McCready 5th. The Sunoco Road to Wheatland. You see the outside front row. The Spartan Transportation number 11 of Gordy Gundaker, the second generation driver out of St. Charles, Missouri. Looking to become the 89th different driver to win a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race. Looks like a receiver issue on the 11. Of course, his dad, Kevin Gundaker, a member of the National Dirt Late Model of Fame, second in the 1980 World 100 to Charlie Schwartz. We've had two drivers that had never won a Lucas Oil race until this year. That was Ryan Gustin and Ashton Winger down at East Bay. Gordy Gundaker from his Summer Nationals experience here at Farmer City. As he'll wait on the Brandon Ford pace truck and Jimmy Owens. Don't forget to get that new Jimmy Owens book, available, authored by the great Dave Argabright. Go to daveargabright.com. All right, here we go. Owens and Gundaker. Davenport and Hudson O'Neal, McKay Winger and Dennis Erb Jr. 74 laps, $25,000 to the winner. The lights are out on the Brandon Ford pace truck. Farmer City about to go just off Interstate 74. The Farmer City 74 with the first appearance here by the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. At the Racing for Heroes start zone, this is the Dixie Chopper. Feel the thunder. We're ready to go. Gordy Gundaker out in front. First time he has ever led in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Hudson O'Neal is second at car number 1. Jimmy Owens third. Dennis Erb Jr. fourth. Fifth is Jonathan Davenport. 74 laps around this quarter-mile oval. Hudson O'Neal trying to regain the points lead here tonight. He's just 5 behind Overton. Trying to regain the Midwest Sheep and Loing spoiler as we head to Iowa this upcoming weekend. Not going to take long. They're already going to pick up the tail end of the field. Ross Robinson down the back straightaway. Gundaker's on the same straightaway. 4 laps in the record books. And it's going to start to get really interesting. Gundaker, O'Neal, Owens, Erb Jr., and Davenport off of turn 4. Spencer Hughes had a good run, top 10 the other night, but right now mired back here with Ross Robinson. Hughes is 11th in the points. Gundaker now will work on the outside of Ross Robinson. So lap traffic in this race already 6 laps in. Gordy works to the top out of turn 4. Down the main straightaway. Could tonight be the night he gets that elusive first career win? The biggest of his career would be 25K. The battle back here right now. It's Gundaker, O'Neal, Owens, Erb, Davenport, Overton, and then you have McKay Winger, Heckenast, McCready, and 10th runs Brandon Shepard. And Hudson O'Neal has a problem. He may have a right rear flat at car number 1, and the Gorsuch Performance Solution caution is out for Hudson O'Neal in car number 1. Look like a right rear tire down, Dustin Jarrett, as he heads to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce pit. So he came into the weekend leading the series points. Bad luck at the other night at Fairbury, and he's into the pit area, Dustin.
Yeah, the Rocket One crew going to work on the right rear. It is a right rear tire flat for Hudson O'Neal. As Austin Hargrove, Danny White, and the crew, they are getting the jack. They had a jack break. The jack wouldn't put the had to go get another jack to slide underneath that race car. They can't even get the right rear tire off the race car. Garrett Alberson also in the pit area. His crew going to work underneath Ken and Beth Roberts. Black Diamond number 58 as well. Looks like they're making a shock and spring. Making a shock and spring adjustment on the right rear of the 58. And they have now got the They've now got the right rear changed on the number 1 of Hudson O'Neal, trying to get him back out on the racetrack. James, back up to you.
All right, thank you, Dustin. Great job. Great working with you, and we'll see you Friday and Saturday in Iowa as you see Garrett Alberson. Great run at Florence last week. A top 4 finish. And then he had a top 10 going at Falls on Saturday night. Oil pump issues knocked him out of the race. Justin Tharp, the crew chief on that 58 Lemucia Valley Transportation Nutrient Ag Solutions car, going to be coming out. But Hudson O'Neal, it has been a tough go here after winning at Lincoln, Illinois in the Castro Flow Racing Night America race on Thursday night. As he heads back out. So we've got in the books 8 laps in the books. It'll be Gordy Gundaker out in front, Jimmy Owens second. It'll be Dennis Erb Jr., Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Overton, McKay Winger, Frank Heckeness Jr., Tim McCready, Brandon Shepard, and now Brian Shirley is 10th. Remember, he won the second B main and started back in 18th, so Shirley up an early contender for the Todd Steel Buildings hard charger of the race. So O'Neal, and they do get courtesy laps. You see, those are up, and he and Alberson coming back on the tail. I believe everybody still left running, yes? All right, Gordy Gundaker will lead about a turn four at the Racing for Heroes restart zone in the Lucas Oil 800 Series in the Farmer City 74. Jimmy Owens on the bottom. Here they come out of turn four. Gundaker has led every lap so far tonight, all 8 of them. Battle side by side between the two veterans. Out at turn number 2, Jimmy Owens on the bottom. Dennis Erb Jr. up top as they fired at turn 3. Davenport runs in 4th. Here they come. It's still Gordy Gundaker out in front. In the orange and white, number 11, Longhorn Clements. The 30-year-old heads out at turn number 4. Down the main straightaway. Out at turn number 2, it is still Gordy Gundaker showing the way. Dennis Erb Jr., Jimmy Owens, Brandon Overton, Jonathan Davenport. Winger, McKay Winger, 6th. McCready Shirley is up to 8th. 9th is Heckenast, 10th is English. So Brian Shirley is going from 18th to 8th here early on in the Farmer City 74. Gundakers. We've got cars back in the back there running 2 and 3 wide. Gundaker, smooth as silk out of 2. But in about another 2 to 3 laps, he again will pick up the tail end of the field. There's a battle here. How about McKay Winger? Made his first ever Lucas Oil race here on Friday night before the rain. Made the show at his home track at Fairbury, battling with Davenport. And here comes Brian Shirley. Brian Shirley working that bottom, and here comes McCready. McCready needs a good run. He's 5th on the points as they come into turn number 2, trying to go 3 wide as they split McKay Winger to turn 3. Now Shirley and Davenport battle out, and here comes T-Mac up top on the outside, and they got together there. The right rear quarter panel on the nose of the 39. As we work lap 15. Good racing here through the middle of the field. Gundaker still leads. You're not missing anything out front. He's comfortably out in front. Dennis Erb Jr. is solid at second. Owens is third. We're watching the battle here. Here comes Alberson, who is in front of Gundaker. You see Hudson O'Neal in front of Gundaker. It is tough to get through traffic here, as you see coming out at turn number 2. Here comes Shirley and Davenport battling out of the double box here on MAV TV on Flow Racing. Gordy Gundaker has led the first 18 circuits in this race. 1 caution so far. Dennis Erb Jr. is second. Jimmy Owens third. Brandon Overton 4th. McCready 5th. Then it's Davenport, Shirley, Winger, Shepard, and English. Battle here. Here comes Brandon Overton. Out at turn number 2. Brandon Overton and Tim McCready 1st and 5th in the points. Battle for the lead. Here comes Erb Jr. He is caught. Gundaker. Now here comes Jimmy Owens up top. Owens has the preferred line up top, down the back straightaway. Dennis Erb Jr. down low. 3-car battle for the lead out of turn 4 here at Farmer City. Down the straightaway. At the line. Owens will try the crossover. He had to back out of it. Second and third running nose to tail now at turn number 2 as Gundaker continues to show the way. Gordy Gundaker's led the first 21 laps here tonight. he will maintain the lead. There's Erb second, Owens third, Overton fourth. Here comes Brandon Overton on the bottom. Sporting that Midwest Sheep and Alloy spoiler at turn number 2. And Brandon Overton goes around Jimmy Owens. Brandon Overton started at 8th. He's up to 3rd at 76 out of 4th. And now Owens gets back around even at turn number 1. Out at 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes McCready. McCready started back in 12th at 39. He comes in. He's tied for 5th in points with Davenport. Owens, Overton, McCready going at it. Still with the lead. Down the back straightaway, it's Gordy Gundaker. As we work lap 25. Gundaker, there's still a side-by-side battle between Owens as they have caught Erb as Overton will clear Owens, and here comes McCready. So right there, that is 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th all together. There goes the orange 11. He's already in at turn number 1. Gordy Gundaker. 48 to go here tonight. Halfway will be lap 37 as Overton working the bottom. Good battle here. There you see Brian Shirley behind them. He's running in 6th. 7th is Shepard. 8th is Winger. 9th is Davenport. 10th is Dalton Wilson. Davenport has fallen back now. Davenport started in 3rd. And whoa, and McCready and Owens get together. And they're 3 wide in turn number 2, and McCready's got a problem. And he's got a left rear tire down in 39. As the 2 drivers who have combined for 6 Lucas Oil titles contact on the front straightaway, Destin, as McCready goes to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, and we've got a replay for those at home watching.
Yeah, Tim McCready going to pull down into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area. His crew immediately comes over, puts the jack underneath the rear of the Mega Plumbing of the Carolinas, number 39. James, I'm not sure. I believe he had that flat left rear tire coming off turn number 4, and when he tried to juke down to the inside of the racetrack, he didn't know it, but Jimmy Owens was already there, and those 2 cars made contact.
And Jimmy Owens, a lot of damage, Dustin, on the right side of his Kohler Motorsports number 20, and that door was hanging down there after the contact. So
James, the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit is also just absolutely full of drivers. Jason Fager is down here. Earl Pearson Jr. getting a new right rear tire put in his race car, a new left rear shoe going on the 99B of Boom Briggs, and Garrett Albertson also back in for work. 5 different drivers right now in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area. As a matter of fact, it's a little congested as Boom Briggs tries to make his way out right there in front of you.
All right, Dustin, 28 laps in the books. Here's another angle of what happened here on the main straightaway between Owens and McCready. As they come out of turn 4, there's Gundaker, there's Dennis Erb Jr., and there's McCready and Owens. So like Dustin said, not sure, and I don't think we had a good enough look that was that left rear tire down before the contact, but it did. We'll take a look at Owens. Jimmy Owens, as he will come across the front straightaway, we'll take a look at the number 20 car, and yeah, that door, yeah, it's hanging on. All right, 28 laps in the books. Here's what. It's just you can't tell from that angle as they come down the straightaway, and they're and again that door hanging very precariously on that 20 car as McCready had to go the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit. All right, so it'll be Gundaker on the restart. He's led the first 28 circuits. Then it's Dennis Erb Jr., Jimmy Owens, Brandon Overton, Brian Shirley has come from 18th. Here we go. Green is back out at the Racing Bureau's restart zone. Remember, Brian Shirley has never won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series event. They go 3 wide out of turn 2, and Dennis Erb Jr. got a little bit off the track. The race he won in Knoxville, the spin and win, was not sanctioned by the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, so he can become the 89 different driver. So right now, first and second in this race have never won a Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series race. Gordy Gundaker and Brian Shirley. Jimmy Owens, he's got 80 of them. He battles on the outside into turn number 1. 46 laps to go. Here comes Brandon Shepherd to the B5. Shepherd started back in 14th. Jimmy Owens right now in that spot as they come out of 4. Shepherd up top. Here comes Shepherd. Shepherd will go around Owens. Brandon Shepherd will pick up another spot. McKay Winger. Winger out of Fairbury down the back straightaway looking for his best career run in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. He will battle with Dennis Erb Jr. Gordy Gundaker continues to show the way in 11. He's built that lead up 2.8 seconds over Brian Shirley. Gundaker's already to turn 4. Shirley's right down to turn 3. Gordy Gundaker has it going on here tonight. Basically unchallenged so far here. That's the way you want him if you're out front, right? Here comes McKay Winger working the outside. That is the battle for 5th and 6th. Dennis Erb Jr., McKay Winger. You see McKay Winger, that left front fender, he's got left front side damage on the front of that. The nose piece, the fender's ripped off of it. As he battles out of turn number 2, running the modified, back in the modified. And we've got someone, it is Ross Robinson, stops on the front straightaway. And the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution is back out. We'll check the number of laps. If it is 34, the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit has been busy tonight, Dustin.
Yes, it has. All 4 tires up on the 7 of Ross Robinson. They're looking underneath the rear end of the race car, though. His wife, Amanda, down here, among others, looking underneath the rear end of that race car. She's back to him what she sees, but all 4 tires are up on the 7 of Ross Robinson. Earl Pearson Jr. and Garrett Alberson also back in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area here under this 3rd caution flag of the race.
And we'll see what happened. McKay Winger, as we mentioned, if we can get a shot of the 42 car, you see Amanda Robinson down there. Winger, there it is on the back straightaway, heading into turn 3. We'll see here. They come off of the front straightaway. Erb came up the track, and there is the contact between 28 and 42. Over the hood of the 42 there, the left side of the front, and there goes the flopper. There goes the left front fender on McKay Winger's car.
And James, I'm not sure that Gorsuch Performance caution flag, also a break for Brian Shirley, who just before that caution had come out, he actually lost the 2nd spot to Brandon Shepherd. Shepherd, it looks like, is going to go back into the 3rd position here in this restart, but a shout out, number 1 to Gordy Gundaker, who's been the leader since the drop of the green flag, as you've mentioned, looking for his biggest career win. And then, of course, Brian Shirley from 18th up to 2nd, Brandon Shepherd from 14th right now, rounding out that Big River Steel podium.
And Dustin, Gordy's been unchallenged. Nobody has been close to him. He's gotten into traffic a couple of times, and the caution has come out a benefit for him.
Yeah, that absolutely. The car is very, very good out front by himself in clean air, and I think that yellow is exactly what Gordy wanted to see. But again, he's got 2 guys behind of him now that have had to pass a lot of cars to work their way up to the front. We'll see exactly what happens here on this Delaware double file restart.
Well, we got a shot there. There's Mark Richards. There's Kevin and Tammy Gundaker. He's led the first 34 laps here. Shirley will be 2nd. Shepherd 3rd. Owens 4th. Dennis Erb 5th. McKay Winger 6th. 7th is Overton. 8th is Babb. 9th is Davenport. 10th is Wilson. 11th is Tyler. 12th is Tanner English. All right, the Racing for Heroes restart zone. Gordy Gundaker, the St. Charles, Missouri driver, leader line back underway at Farmer City. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Shirley for the lead. Brian Shirley came from 18th. Is he gonna lead? Gundaker still leads into 1. Here comes Shepherd on the outside. 35 in the books. Down the back straightaway. Gundaker, Shirley, and Shepherd. They have pulled away from the rest of the field. Battle back here between Owens and Dennis Erb Jr. Shepherd goes to the outside. He'll maintain the 2nd spot. Now Brandon goes to the bottom. Out at turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Missouri leads Illinois, and Illinois out of turn 4. Gundaker looking good, still continues to lead at Farmer City. Now Shepard to start to pressure him down the back straightaway. First time we have seen in this race that someone has anything for Gordy Gundaker. Out at turn 4, 38 in the books here tonight. 36 to go. Still looks like multiple grooves. You see McKay Winger back here. McKay trying to get it wound up top. Ian Babb battle there briefly. He's on the outside of Dennis Erb Jr. again. Jimmy Owens in front of them. Owens runs in position number 4. As again, the top 3. Now Shirley has fallen back here in 3rd place. Back to the clutches of the rest of the field. And meanwhile, here's the battle up front between Gordy Gundaker and Brandon Shepard. 40 down, 34 to go here tonight in Farmer City, Illinois. The first ever appearance for the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. And Gundaker got up there on that berm, continues to lead it at turn number 1. B. Shep behind him. Now they will pick up the tail of the field as Gundaker slips out of turn number 2. And here comes Shepard on the bottom. They go side by side into turn 3. Are the tires going away on the 11? The handling in turn 4 not so good as they go into 1. Now this is where Shepard makes up time. Gundaker better off at turn number 2 down the back straightaway as they head into turn 3. Shepard for the lead. Will we have, for the first time, someone other than Gordy Gundaker leading? Nope. Gundaker still leads. 42 scored rather. Into turn number 1. Shepard still second. Shirley third. Ross Robinson off the pace on the back straightaway in the 7 car. And he is slowing down, and he goes to the pits. Ross Robinson out of this one here tonight. Gordy Gundaker, $25,000 on the line for M&B Shep as they head into turn number 3. Brandon Shepard looking for his 29th career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series down the main straightaway. In the Shepard Riggs B5, the Valvoline True Timber Cambo entry behind the J&C Properties McKay Napa Lucas Oil number 11. Here they come out of turn number 4. It is still Gordy Gundaker. He has driven the race of his career so far here tonight against the best of the business here, the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Shepard at the bottom. He surely tries to reel him back in. Now they pick up the tail into the field. Shepard now forges ahead at turn number 3. Slides up the track. And new race leader is Brandon Shepard down the main straightaway. Lap 47. Shepard out in front. Gundaker, is he losing traction? Shepard has caught up to him. Owens is still 4th. McKay Winger hanging in there in 5th. Erb 6th. Babb. Hudson O'Neal, by the way, from the tail up to 8th. Ricky Thornton Jr. is 9th. Dalton Wilson remains in 10th. So Hudson O'Neal, remember, he's got a fresher right rear on that car, even though that caution happened earlier in the race. And we have a Gorsuch Performance Solution caution, and it's for the 11 of Spencer Hughes. Again, as I mentioned, O'Neal a fresher right rear Hoosier, but that was back on lap 7. It's not that much fresher. It's a little bit, but not much. As you see the 11 of Spencer Hughes bringing out the Gorsuch Performance Solutions caution, and we do have one into the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit, and it's Jonathan Davenport, DJ, and Garrett Albertson.
Yeah, Jonathan Davenport, Garrett Albertson back in for a 3rd time. Spencer Hughes, your Gorsuch Performance caution car, also going to make his way down here as well. Jonathan Davenport, it looks like Davenport has all 4 tires up, but they are going to change at least the right rear and maybe the left rear in the Lance Landers Motorsports number 49. James, we're going to make our way over here in just a second and see exactly how the tire wear is doing on these cars.
All right, back here at Farmer City. Well, we got it going back on. Thank you very much. Sorry about that. Sorry, Robbie, have to make you run up here. 48 laps have been scored.
Real quick, James,
yes,
on the 49
ahead.
of Jonathan Davenport, all they did was they just took a spacer out of the 49. I talked to Jason Fager. He was down here helping him. And also maybe some concerns about tire wear coming into this race. Right now, tires holding up very, very well. That very same quote actually held by two different crew members whenever I asked them how the tires were holding up here thus far.
All right, they probably went harder than... even after the track prep work, they all went harder, and there you go. So it's been pretty good so far. Gundaker had led for most of this race. Shepard took the lead back on lap 47. 48 in the books, 26 to go. It'll be Shepard, Gundaker, Shirley, Owens, McKay Winger hanging right in there with the best in the business. He is fifth. Dennis Erb Jr., Shannon Babb, Hudson O'Neill again from the back in eighth. Ninth is Ricky Thorne, 10th is Wilson, and Tanner English is going to the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Pit. Dalton Wilson is 10th, Tanner English was 11th. Overton, who was in the hunt there early on, he's back in 11th right now. And remember, O'Neill only was 5 behind Overton, so O'Neill running ahead of Overton. Thorne's in there as well. Will we have a new points leader headed to Iowa Friday? Here we go at the Racing Furry Rose restart zone. Out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Jimmy Owens in 20 battles with a 3S of Brian Shirley. Brandon Shepard still showing the way here in the Farmer City 74. We'll have 24 to go. Coming up as they score lap 49. There you see Brian Shirley in the third spot. Jimmy Owens fourth. McKay Winger still runs in fifth. Battle back here. Here comes a hornet's nest between Dennis Erb Jr., McKay Winger, Shannon Babb, Ricky Thornton Jr., Hudson, and how about Dalton Wilson? Dalton Wilson working the bottom. The runner-up at Falls on Saturday night as on the outside, McKay Winger. McKay Winger, will he clear Dennis Erb Jr. this time? Down the straightaway, he does. McKay Winger picking it up. He may have something out of turn number 2, the Fairbury, Illinois veteran. He'll work still around Erb. He'll cut to the bottom of him. Here comes Babb. Here comes Thornton. Out of turn 4. Down the main straightaway. It is still Brandon Shepard with the lead, 2.1 seconds. You're not missing anything up front. Gordy Gundaker is second. Brian Shirley is third. Jimmy Owens remains in fourth. There's the battle side by side for fifth. Dennis Erb Jr. McKay Winger trying to get around him. Several laps ago, those two made contact here on the main straightaway. Thornton trying to split the middle of Dalton Wilson and Shannon Babb into turn number 3. Thornton comes to 9th, third of the points. He was 60 behind your points leader, Brandon Overton. Brandon Overton right now has faded back to 17th. Somebody might be sporting that orange spoiler on Friday night. O'Neill may get it back. Overton's got it on right now as now Thornton goes to the bottom. Can he make up some ground on Winger? He'll do it on a turn number 2. Dalton Wilson digging hard. Dalton Wilson, that car is running well. It has run superb here the last couple of times out of the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and he battles with Winger down the main straightaway. Trying to go to the podium again. He'll go around Winger. Here comes Max Blair. Where did Max Blair come from? He is up to 10th. He started back in 17th in the Briggs Transport 111. Brandon Shepard continues to lead. Again, you're not missing anything up front. It's 2.5 seconds at the advantage. As right now Shepard works the tail end of the field. He's into turn 3. Gundaker's now coming out of turn 2. And then Shirley is several car lengths back behind him. Out at turn 4. And Tyler Erb has a problem on the main straightaway in the number 1 car. And the Gorsuch Performance Solution caution is back out again here tonight at Farmer City. He's going to need a push. That might be terminal. We'll see what happened on our MAV TV on Flow Racing replay. And you saw he just something let go or broke in turn number 4 as he pulls off the racetrack safely out of the way.
James, meanwhile, down here in the Heartbeat Hot Sauce Hot Pit area, wholesale changes all the way around. Garrett Albertson back in again. Spencer Hughes is in for a second time. Boom Briggs back in as well. Brandon Overton just pulled the Wells & Sons Motorsports 76 down here to the attention of his crew. And a tough break for the 96V. The Viper Risk Management, Sean and Lisa Martineau, to entry of Tanner English as well. Tanner English, if you remember, he missed the race at Fairbury on Saturday night. The reason being, he said, my other motor was just tapped out. So they went back home. They put a new power plant underneath the hood, but unfortunately, something going awry on that 96V. He is done for the night.
Get Brandon Overton down in the hot pit. He was running in 17th. O'Neill had gotten back into this thing, but back right now in 11th. By the way, Ricky Thornton Jr., the driver, is standing to get the most points here tonight. And he's running in 5th. So it's Shepard, Gundaker, Shirley, Owens, Thornton, Dennis Erb Jr., Wilson, Winger, Blair, Babb, top 10. I don't know how that door, Tyson, has stayed on the 20 car. But it has. It's not caused any problems at all. Now, if he was at Eldora, Port Royal, yeah, probably some issues. But here on this quarter mile at Farmer City, not so much. 16 laps to go.
James, just real quickly, scanning over the Todd Steele Building's hard charger of the race award. You mentioned two of the drivers inside actually three of the drivers inside the top 5. Ricky Thornton Jr. right now leading that. He's up 16 spots from 21st to 5th. Brian Shirley from 18th up to 3rd. And your race leader, Brandon Shepard, has gained 13 positions as he started back in 14th.
Yeah, Thornton's still got a shot to win this. Of course, I gave him the announcer's jinx the other night at Fairbury when he climbed to 5th. He's not out of this one yet. Great restart for Thornton and Brian Shirley down the main straightaway. Shepard will lead him into 1. Brian Shirley works the outside. Here comes RTJ. Out at turn number 2. Ricky Thornton Jr. down the back straightaway. The Todd and Vicky Burns. SSI Motorsports 20 RT. Ricky Thornton Jr. started 21st. Right on the tail of Brian Shirley down the main straightaway. And Shepard now. Shepard is going to the bottom. Gundaker down to the bottom. Brian Shirley, Ricky Thornton Jr. Jimmy Owens is 5th. Dalton Wilson 6th. Dennis Erb Jr. Hudson O'Neill 8th. Max Blair 9th. Earl Pearson Jr. runs in 10th. 60 in the books, 14 to go. Now Shirley pulling away from Ricky Thornton Jr. Gordy Gundaker right now in that 2nd spot. It would be his first ever podium finish, Big River Steel podium in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. But he's going to have to hold off Brian Shirley and Ricky Thornton Jr. down the back straightaway to turn 3. Brandon Shepard trying to become the 11th different winner. Whoa, look out in turn 4. That was a little close. Thornton now goes back to the bottom on Jimmy Owens. See, Shirley got bogged down a little bit on the 4th. Thornton will get a run down the back straightaway. Again, we've had 10 different winners in the first 15 races. Right now in the running order, the top 3 have not won this year in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. See the battle there, 3rd and 4th. Jimmy Owens remains in that 5th spot. Dennis Erb Jr. 6th, Hudson O'Neill 7th, Dalton Wilson 8th, Max Blair 9th, McKay Winger 10th, Devin Moran runs 11th, Earl Pearson Jr. is 12th, Shannon Babb 13th, Tim McCready 14th. So a tough night again for the points runners. We'll see who's going to carry that orange spoiler into Farley on Friday night. Here comes O'Neill. He wants it back. Right now, O'Neill running in 7th. Brandon Overton is back in position number 18. Down the main straightaway, O'Neill. Lap 7, brought out a caution. Running in 2nd place, had a right flat. Works the outside of Dennis Erb Jr. Those two on Saturday night, well documented as they go to turn number 1. And they go side by side at turn number 2. Erb maintains the spot behind Jimmy Owens. A trio of rockets at a 3. It is still Brandon Shepard right now. 3.1 seconds the advantage right now for the B5. And that Cornet-powered Longhorn, True Timber Camo Valvoline car. He works around Tyler Bruning. 5 laps to go down the back straightaway. for career win number 29 in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Oh, and Max Blair. Is that Boom Briggs or Max Blair? Boom Briggs up on the wall at turn 4. Brings it back down, and we stay green. Ricky Thornton Jr. got into the wall at a 20 RT. They're hanging on here. 3 to go coming up. There's Gundaker second. Shirley is third. Shepard now. He's got the buffer of Tyler Bruning between himself and Gundaker. Working traffic into 3, 2, and the Gorsuch Performance Solutions. Caution is out. We've got debris at turn number 4. It either came off of Boom's car or Thornton. And the caution flag has come out, 71 in the books. Now you see it right there, part of the trim. It looks like on the bottom, Dustin.
Yeah, I believe
and
that.
And the right front fender is written. Yes, the flopper is ripped off as well.
Yeah, I believe that may have come off Boom Briggs' car whenever he got up. He momentarily got on top of the wall down there in turn number 4. He was able to gather it back in. I've been standing here debating for the last few minutes if Gordy Gundaker wanted to see that caution flag or not. In one sense, you got to think maybe he didn't want to see it because he had actually gained over a second on Brandon Shepard just in the last 3 laps. In another sense, now instead of being 2.1 seconds back, he'll be closed right up to the rear deck lid. But I tell you what, man, that B5 has been oh so good here on these restarts.
Yeah, Dustin, we just had the replay of Boom Briggs climbing the wall down there. He left no debris, so that was off the 20 RT. All right, 3 to go, 71 in the books. It'll be Brandon Shepard. It'll be a single file restart. It'll be Brandon Shepard, Gordy Gundaker, Brian Shirley, Ricky Thornton Jr., Jimmy Owens, your top 5. 6th is Dennis Erb Jr., 7th is Hudson O'Neill, 8th is Dalton Wilson, 9th is Max Blair, 10th is Earl Pearson Jr., 11th is Devin Moran, then it's Davenport McCready Babb. So trying to become the 11th different winners. I mentioned this year in his 29th career win. Inside it, 10 or less laps to go. It will be Gordy Gundaker. What does he have anything for Brandon Shepard at turn number 4 at the Racing Furs restart zone at Farmer City? Trying to keep that on the bottom, down the back straightaway. Is anybody going to tiptoe up top? Shepard will into 4. Here comes Gundaker, a run. Shepard strong right now, down the main straightaway. Out at turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Brian Shirley is still 3rd. Thornton is 4th rather. Jimmy Owens is 5th, and it's Hudson O'Neill and Dennis Erb Jr. as they ride the heights out of 4 down to the bottom into turn number 1. White flag is out. Final lap. Down the back straightaway. $25,000. The Shepard Riggs B5 Cornet-powered Longhorn, and Brandon Shepard gets his 29th career win in the Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series. Second spot will be Gordy Gundaker. 3rd, unofficially, will be Brian Shirley. Then it'll be Ricky Thornton Jr. Hudson O'Neill got 5th on the last lap. Then Jimmy Owens, Dennis Erb Jr., Dalton Wilson, Max Blair, and 10th was Devin Moran. So they'll go to the scales to make it official. So right now, unofficially, Brandon Shepard, 11th different winner this year. Again, his 29th career victory. In that True Timber Camo Valvoline, Dennis G. Woodworth, attorney at law, Wild Gear, Riggs Drilling Solutions, Shepard Auto Sales and Salvage. For the 30-year-old out of New Berlin, Illinois. Again, fans, you leaving, I know you got to go to work tomorrow. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Again, come on over if you're off this weekend. Farley, Iowa on Friday night. Saturday night at Burlington, Iowa. Don't forget the Castrol races live here on Flow. Tomorrow night, Marshalltown, Iowa. Wednesday night at Davenport, Iowa. So Brandon Shepard gets the thumbs up, Dustin. He's going to come to Lucas Oil Victory Lane and be on the Big River Steel podium tonight. We'll check Gordy Gundaker, unofficially second. Brian Shirley, third. Fourth, Ricky Thornton Jr. And fifth, got it on the last lap, Hudson O'Neill over Jimmy Owens. Here comes the B5. He'll circle around. Here on the main straightaway at Farmer City Raceway. Thank you to Lance Speaker, promoter here. Great job. Look forward to coming back in 2024. Wrapping up the 2023 version of the Illinois Speed Weeks. 4 races, 4 different winners. And Dustin Jarrett, the home state driver, as you mentioned, odds-on favorite, a home state driver from Illinois coming in with a winner tonight on the black dirt.
You're exactly right, James, but it wasn't easy. He had to come from the 14th starting position to get the win in the Farmer City 74. It's his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win of the year, his 3rd overall win of the season, as he is about to climb out of the Shepherd Riggs Racing Valvoline True Timber Longhorn number B5, a champion here today. And he's got the helmet off. He's climbed out of the car. Let him hear you, Farmer City. Your winner is Brandon Shepard. Brandon Shepard gets the win in the Farmer City 74. He's going to come over and grab a word with us. And Shep, congratulations. Anyone that maybe looks down and sees that Brandon Shepard wins at Farmer City, they're going to say, oh, well, I could have predicted that, except they dive a little deeper and see that you had to come from 14th to get the win. Tell us how you got it done.
Oh, man, I don't even know. Honestly, that was Farmer City right there. That's the Farmer City that I'm used to. Big curb up against the wall and slick race all over it in 1 and 2, and it was right on, man. Hats off to the track crew and hats off to my team, man. We've been working our tails off all year and been up and down a lot. And I got to thank Corey, Blake, Jack, Marco, Chuck, and Ed back home, Scott Riggs, Tara, Jason. Like I said, Jack, and of course all my great sponsors, Valvoline, True Timber, Wild Gear, Sunoco Race Fuels, Cornet Racing Engines, Longhorn Chassis, Bilstein Shocks, just everybody on this Shepherd Riggs Racing deal. It means the world to me to get to do this, and of course I got to thank my grandpa and my dad. I wouldn't be here without them guys, and my beautiful wife Michaela, and my son Jace, my son Baylor, my daughter Addison. Wish they could have been here for this one for sure, but man, we've been working hard. It's been a long year, and I'm just super proud of everybody involved. I got to thank Riggs Drilling Solutions, too. I know I'm forgetting people, and I'm probably leaving out a lot of people that have helped me this year. But it's just been it's been a really trying year for us, and my team ain't got no quit, you know. We ain't gave up one time, and just keep plugging away on this thing and learning week in and week out. And, you know, when we were here the other day, we didn't qualify very good, and, you know, just kind of hung on there for a 4th place in the heat race, and that put us behind. And then, but we're learning every week on this car, so we keep getting better. And like I said, I got to thank all the guys at Longhorn for helping me and keeping me going here, and just answering the phone whenever I call. And it's been a lot of fun, and we're going to hopefully keep this thing digging.
Obviously, you come to Farmer City, you expect to win, or you want to win every time you come here. But when did you know in that feature that you had a car capable of pulling into victory lane?
It took me a couple laps to kind of get going there. We were a little bit different on tire than some of them guys, but as soon as the cushion started to clean up in 3 and 4, and I could run the bottom really good in 1 and 2, in years past, that's kind of been that's when this place is the most fun, when you can bounce off the cushion in 3 and 4 and run the bottom in 1 and 2. So once I knew I could run that bottom down there, and then in 3 and 4, it's the cushion. I can run the cushion all right, I feel like. So we were able to get around that thing pretty good, and we could carry a bunch of speed, and got into Shirley there on the front stretch, so I got to say sorry to him. But my car was really fast, so I had to do what I had to do.
What do you want to say to all these Farmer City fans that come here pulling for the B5?
I just want to say thanks to all the fans for coming back out after the rain deal the other day. And, like I said, just thank all my family and friends and everybody involved with this Shepherd Riggs racing team.
He's a winner of the Farmer City 74, ladies and gentlemen. Brandon Shepherd out of New Berlin, Illinois. Second in last year's Lucas Points. He gets his first Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series win of 2023. As Brandon Shepherd comes over and talks to a few folks and gets his picture taken in victory lane, we're going to grab a word with a guy that got a second place finish here tonight. Gordy, congratulations, man. I know you pretty well. You and I are pretty good friends. And correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm going to guess that you're really pumped to get a second place finish against this level of cars. I'm also going to guess you're disappointed that you're not the one standing over there in victory lane, too.
Oh, man, absolutely. Like I just told Schwally and those guys, I said, I can't hang my head on running second to Brandon and this group of cars, but, man, you don't give them any chances at 25,000. So, man, I got tight there for like 5 laps and just really screwed up. I'm not much of a cushion banger, as most would know, so just made a few mistakes, and you can't make mistakes against these guys. I saw Brandon down there creeping and just tried to fight him off. I was doing everything I can in the car, just working my ass off. And, yeah, I'm bummed. Of course, you want to win them, but like I said, you can't hang your head on. Yeah, absolutely. We had a great week. Making all 4 of these races is tough in itself, and we did all that, and we were up front in all of them. So, yeah, just super, super stoked. I'm really proud of our team. I think nobody really understands the hard work that we put in it. We're not a huge team, and that's, fine with me. I love it just the way I am, my family, and just thankful for, man, all my great sponsors and the people who have allowed me to get here. I think we're really making a name for ourselves, and I think it's going to be a long time coming that we're going to be up on these stages, and we'll get one eventually. And, at least they know we're here, and I'm pumped and just so thankful to be able to do this. And I love racing. It's my passion. It's always been my goal to be on these stages and being up front of these races. So just thankful for the opportunity, and I can't thank Longhorn Chassis, Clements Engines, Hoker Trucking, St. Louis Scrimble, Spartan Transportation, JC Properties, McCain Napa Auto Parts, just everybody who helps me. Just like I said, super thankful. Thank you for you fans for coming out on a Monday and seeing this race. We'll be in victory lane soon.
How about it, ladies and gentlemen? Gordy Gundaker comes home with a runner-up finish here tonight. Ryan Shirley finished in the 3rd spot. There he is. We'll grab a word with Brian Shirley. You came from 18th, and I think at one time a lot of folks sitting up there in the stands, and maybe even you in the driver's seat, felt like you were going to come up through and win this thing. What happened towards the end that maybe allowed the 3S to fade just a little bit?
Just track started to give away a little bit. We probably didn't set up good enough for being there at 74, but all in all, just got to thank Bob and Lisa Cohen, Thomason Express, Hoker Trucking, J&J Adventures, KBC Graphics, Integra Shop, Aaron and Devin for working hard, and just thank everybody for coming out tonight, and it was a good, solid run for us.
Congratulations, Brian. You are going to join the rest of the drivers on the Big River Steel podium. And now we will talk with the driver. There's the Todd Steel Buildings hard charger of the race, Ricky Thornton Jr., from 21st up to 4th. And I felt like maybe if this would have been a 100-lap race, the 20RT may have had something for him.
I don't know about that. I screwed up there once, kind of knocked the nose piece off. But overall, I think if I can just qualify a little better here in Illinois, I think we'd have a really good shot at winning it. We were really good last night and really good tonight. So hopefully we can keep this momentum. Got to thank Hoker Trucking, EMD Wraps, Big River Steel, Clements Racing Engines, Bill Stein Shocks, and Longhorn Chassis, Rumley, the boys. Just a lot of work here this week, and really not the results to show it.
Yeah, Ricky Thornton Jr., nothing to hang your hat on, my friend. Again, the Todd Steele Building's hard charger of the race as he goes from 21st up to 4th. And talk about hard chargers. Hudson O'Neal, Hud, you got a flat tire a couple laps into this race that sent you to the back of the field. You were able to rally all the way up to round out the top 5. How were you able to get the Rocket One back up there in that amount of time?
Well, I don't know. We got a lot of breaks there where we were able to pass 2 or 3. Made some ground on the bottom, made some ground on the top, and we just had to go wherever they weren't really. It was a good racetrack, and we were able to race all over it to be able to do that. So, yeah, it was unfortunate running second to Gordy there and blow right rear tire, but that's just part of the game. It ain't nothing we can control, and I feel like we did the best we could to come out of here with something anyway.
Well, James Hudson O'Neal rounds out the top 5, and if I'm not mistaken, James, I believe maybe Hudson O'Neal will leave Farmer City Raceway with that Midwest Sheet Metal orange spoiler.
Well, we'll double check that. He